Welcome back, true believers. Had to make sure everything's working down here, but I'm back again. Yeah, and we're drawing Galactus. We're going to try to finish him up if I can. I know I'm late, but I'm here. So, hey, kudos to me, I guess. So, hey, man, thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for just, man, I'm almost to like 400 subscribers, man. I'm like halfway there. I almost got like 350. Almost. I'm like 346, 45, some. Anyway, I'm getting close to 350. Once I hit 350, it's just going up, man. And I'm trying to get that 400, man. Help me get that 400 if you can. If you like the work, man, support me. It doesn't cost a dime. It just costs a person just hitting subscribe. And then, hey, when you catch me on, whatever. But anyway, now to the drawing. So, let's see here. Excuse my bald head. All right, getting into the drawing. Now, as you can see, I've made some progress, while I was away. So let's put on a little mood music. I know that I'm late. Freaking late. But I am here. And we're going to throw on some music. We're going to see what we can do within a good 30 or minutes or less time. So I'm going to keep the music low. I think you guys can hear me well. More than well, because I'm hitting across that orange line. So I'm going to see if I can bring it down a little bit so that I'm not screaming in your ear. So that's good. You may hear some children in the background. My kids are wild, kinda. But yeah, it's Monday. So sometimes those things happen. So let's get into it. Let's see here. I'm gonna make sure that I'm good on Party. I'm good on Kick. I'm good on Rumble. Facebook, not really. I'm not doing Facebook that much anymore. I'm good on Twitch, YouTube. Everything's firing. I have no error messages, so that is fantastic. And I think I fixed my audio finally, thanks to my good friend Rock. So, Mr. Carnese Jackson. I had to fix my audio there. But anyways, getting back to the drawing here. So, all right. I may turn the music up just a tad. I don't want too loud. Well, what I can do, I can check one of my live, make sure that it is not screaming or overpowering my voice. I may turn the music up just a tad. Too loud. Well, what I can do, I can check one of my live, make sure that it is not screaming or overpowering. Okay, so that means I can turn it up just a tad more. Let's see, and then we will get to the art. I think that's good. Let me see. I'm gonna, yeah, about right there. That might be a little too much on it. Bring it down just a bit. All right, so I'm trying to work on my line work here more and more. It's a little shaky breaky. But I try to fine tune it as I erase and things of that nature. So hopefully my phone won't freeze. If it does freeze, I will try to restart my phone or my whatever desktop screen or whatever. All right. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday. I know I am. I don't know. Today, it was an okay day. You know, it was an okay day. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna try to tackle some of the big things first, like doing the outline. Sometimes I wish I can split myself into two people, that way I can get more work done, but unfortunately I cannot. So here I'm combining both well, I'm combining 2 to 3 different designs of Galactus. Kind of just doing my own thing here, just mixing and matching. And I did make some headway on my Spider-Man. Those barefoot shoes that I gave him, I think it's a different take, because I don't see. I mean, a Spider-Man, you know, that's the only logical way I can see him gripping the walls. You know what I'm saying? Like with the regular shoes he have, like how is he gonna grip the walls when he has those type of shoes on? He needs like those barefoot shoes. I was like, I don't know why they didn't think of that. Straight out the gate, give him the barefoot shoes. If he has these little claws or whatever that's coming out of his feet or fingers or whatever to grasp the wall, give him the barefoot shoes. Just don't make it look dumb. So anyway, I gave him the barefoot shoes, man. All you gotta do is design like a nice style barefoot shoe. I'm gonna tweak my design a little bit. If anybody bite that design, just throw me a little credit here and there, or give me some kind of deal. Maybe I can design some more Spider-Man barefoot shoes or something. Sometimes I rush. Let's see. Sometimes. Because I don't want these videos to be like 2 and 3 hours long. So I tend to rush myself a little bit. But this is, you know, I should take my time, because like the type of because I'm using like this brush, and when usually I would use a pencil, I gotta make sure I take it easy on the strokes. Because when I don't take it easy, I end up making a lot of mistakes here. And when I make mistakes, then there's a lot of erasing. And I'm trying to avoid a lot of erasing. Now I could use a ruler for some of these things, but I gotta break that out, and I think I'm just lazy. Ugh. Close up, this looks terrible. There's an old friend of mine that used to work for Cartoon Network. He was a very good animator, or not was, still is. He doesn't do it as much anymore, but he has some fantastic line work, I'll tell you that. And he gave me a couple of panels to work on, or cells, and you know, just kind of like for practice. You definitely have to practice over and over again if you want to tighten up your line work and, you know, work for companies like that, Cartoon Network, and, or any kind of company doing any kind of cell animation. Now it's all digital. A lot of places doesn't they don't practice the old school ways, but you know, you gotta go with technology. But sometimes the old school ways are pretty cool, you know, for nostalgia purposes and, you know, for a certain look. Yep, but the animation business is not for the faint of heart, man. At least for, you know, I guess after doing a little research, man, those bros, those folks work hard, man. Working day and night, overtime, especially in like Japan. Oof. It's like it's probably similar to a sweatshop almost. Grinding out. But you know, when you love what you do, you know, you kind of don't mind. You know, but if you're behind schedule, you know, and working on a project, you know, you're probably working on one piece, another person working on another piece, you know, and you're trying to get it all done. You know, it's cool when you got like a group of people staying up late at night working on a nice project, but it is grueling and it's taxing on the body. You know, the recognition, you know, comes few, far and in between. You know, something that takes like a second takes hours and hours and hours on end. When you're drawing, doing those animations, you know. Thank goodness for technology. It made things a little bit easier, but I'm sure some things still have to be drawn from time to time. And, you know, those late nights, you know, though there may be few, you know, I don't think they totally disappeared. I'm sure there's some animators that still gotta grind it out and work late nights, I'm sure, to give you all that top-notch quality. I wonder if anybody's seen Lord of Mysteries. Animation is spot on, it's great, but I don't know, it's just something about it that just, I don't know. I think I'm at the, like, it's on Crunchyroll, but I think I'm just gonna have to just one day just sit and just kind of just look at it, you know, just like grab some popcorn, you know, just ready to sink my brain into that, because a lot of things are going on. You got to definitely pay attention. You know, you're moving in and out of time. I mean, it seems very interesting though. I like it, but something you definitely have to pay attention to. All right, just trying to fix up my line work here. I'm doing my best. I don't know, maybe I need to break that ruler out. Let's see. I know there are some software out there that's for artists where it, you know, it'll straighten out their lines, and I may have to look into that, because whenever I'm drawing my line work, it's a little shaky, and it would be nice to have a tool that can, or working software that can kind of like clean up your line work as you go. So I will look into that going forward. Every little bit helps. trying to clean it up a bit. So I did. Oh, 7:15 now. All right. So once this finishes saving, I may do a little bit more line work here, but let me show you what let's see, my layers. I did start putting it together a little bit. Let's see here. So pretty much it's going to look a little like this. Try to zoom in a little bit. Move this out of the way. It's basically added in like a background. You know, I got my characters flying through. Let's see. Move him for right now. So I got my background, I got my characters. I may rearrange them because they're kind of like covering each other. So I may kind of like move certain areas out of certain characters out of the way just to show everything. But yeah, got all my characters in there. And then once I finish with Galactus, drawing him, I'm gonna throw him in the mix and color him up, and then Photoshop him into the background. I think it'll look neat when it all comes together. You know, I have to move some people around, of course, but you know, overall, I think it's gonna look kind of cool, man. Yeah. But anyway, this is what I'm attempting to do. You know, adding all the characters in here for Fantastic Four. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna see if I can finish this arm a little bit. Let's see here. Get rid of that. Heroes. Okay. Alright guys, it's pizza time, so I am gonna sign out. I'm almost done. Oh my gosh, this thing project, oh my gosh. I need to put this time into like my Froggy Show thing. That's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but I think that should be my next thing I should be working on. But anyway, almost finished with Galactus. Can't wait to draw, color him, and fill it in, and all that stuff, or whatever. Almost there. So, thank you guys for joining me. He's looking pretty awesome right about now. All you need is a little bit more. Get the face done. His little chest piece. And then boom, you know, a couple little tidbits here and there. Start adding some shading, some color and stuff like that, and boom, we'll be done. Kinda. So, thanks again for joining me. I am pretty much on time, I guess. About an hour or so. So, all right, I will holla at you guys a bit later. Catch me on Wednesday, if not tomorrow. Usually I try to get here on Wednesday. I'll try to be here on time if I can. But yeah, so keep drawing, true believers, and I will catch you guys later.